Hey y'all, welcome back to the Hot Rod Dad channel. Glad you came. Hope you stay. Like, subscribe, comment, share, etc., etc. Today I'm in Crossville, Tennessee for their monthly cruise-in. And it's a little bit before the action gets started right here. So I thought I'd walk you around here a little bit and show you just a little bit of this little town. This building right behind me right here used to be the Ford dealership. Back in the 40s, I would say. My grandpa bought a whole lot of cars from this place right here. He had friends that worked here, and right there was the showroom. So he bought lots of cars from there. In fact, they knew him so well that they would just take him cars that they thought he might be interested in. Sorry, there's lots of traffic rolling by right here, so audio may not be too good. But they would take him cars to his house if it was something that they thought he'd be interested in, and they'd let him keep them for a week or two. And if he liked them, he'd just buy them, you know. So they did a lot of business together. Let me wheel you right around here and show you that building right over there. Is the Hotel Taylor, and I know that dates back to the Model T era because I've got some history books that's got black and white pictures of the hotel right there, and there was Model Ts all parked in front of the building right there. So that building's been there a very long time now. It's been renovated, and there's doctor's offices and stuff in there now. But this is now a wholesale supply group, so they do plumbing and electrical supplies and stuff. Over here is the Crossville Depot, and this was kind of featured in a film, if you've ever seen the film on Alvin C. York, when he was returning to Tennessee from World War I, played by Gary Cooper. He came into this depot right here when he returned home. So I'll take you over here and show you a little bit of the architecture. A little wonderful little building right here. And there is an enlarged black and white photo right here. Love the architecture of this building. And right in there is a little gift shop. They have outside here a railroad car that you can go in and tour. Beautiful, beautiful building. And these are the doors where they would load and unload freight. It is hot here today. I don't know what the weather's like where you're at, but it is hotter than a wiener dog's belly in a habanero farm here today. So let's take a walk on down here. I'll show you a very unique little building right here in downtown Crossville, and that is right across the street. There is, we call it the Triangle Building, and it was built that way because the train used to run right there beside the depot at an angle, and it ran right across the street over there, right beside that building, and it is built like a triangle. It's got that one corner cut off because it was built right up against the train tracks. This cruise-in that we have here in Crossville has been going on for about 20 plus years. I'd say probably 25-ish years, and it's really unfortunate that the city council has decided it's a nuisance and they're trying to shut it down. It used to be that we blocked off the streets all the way down there on the other side of French's Shoes right there, but some of the local businesses decided that this cruise-in is a nuisance, and they've been trying to shut it down for the past several years. So they have succeeded in getting the barriers moved from all the way down there to right up here at the courthouse, and it's very unfortunate. Right here is a mural that's painted on the side of one of the buildings. Very, very cool. Right here's a little information about that. But like I was saying, several of these businesses have decided this little cruise-in is a nuisance, but it brings in tons of revenue for the little Grinder House coffee shop right here, and the Christie's Pub Grub right down the street right there is a local eatery. So it always brings in lots of business for them. And Cahoots General Store right here, they were in favor of the cruise-in, but like I said, unfortunately it has been they've been trying to squeeze it out here for the past several years. So I don't understand the logic of that, but it is what it is. There's not a whole lot I can do about it, except to complain to you guys. So I showed up here a little early, and I'm going to walk around here and look at some cars and trucks. They've still got traffic running through here. They close the streets off every month right here, and they at noon, and they go from noon till 4 o'clock. And when they shut the streets off, all these cars that's parked parallel right here will turn around, nose in, and that frees up a bunch of parking spaces right there, and then you can find yourself a parking space. But a lot of these guys show up super early to claim their spot. I don't care really. I'll just park wherever. But a lot of these guys, they're very territorial when it comes to their parking spot, as it is with most car shows and cruise-ins. Tons of cool cars here to look at this weekend. A lot of them are the same ones I see every month, but there's always a turnover of things that are new that I've never seen before. So we'll just make our way around here to look at a few of them, and they've already got the music playing. I was hoping to get here before that they started playing the music so that I won't get copyrighted, but I'll cruise you around here and look at whatever we can right here. So this is a wonderful shot of our courthouse. As you can see right over there, built in 1905, as well as the backside of the war memorial. We've got a food truck set up here on the courthouse lawn. And this is the Sunrise Dairy right here, excuse me. I started to say deli, but it's the Sunrise Dairy. This is really good milk and ice cream. So I'll probably have one of those here in just a little bit. Some folks out here enjoying the day right out here on the courthouse lawn, listening to the music, enjoying the old cars and trucks. It's absolutely beautiful weather. There's our little gazebo right there on the courthouse. You can go catch a little shade right there.
And on September 16th, there's a Beast of the East car show. And that is going to be...
Love, love, love this GTO.
Baxter as well. So, anyway, those are the 3 car shows that we all have. As a reminder...
3 deuce intake on it. A little bit of metallic in that navy blue paint job. And a nice tasteful little blue or a red pinstripe on it. And it matches the red line tires.
335 we're going to be doing the
absolutely perfect.
awards, and then right afterwards we're going to be doing the 50-50 drawing.
Absolutely love this Chevy Coupe. Looks probably black on camera, but it is a dark blue. I really like that pinstripe in there on it. Small block Chevy powered. This is what I would call a resto rod because it is pretty restored looking on the outside, but it is all modern underneath as far as the drivetrain goes. And it's even got the old original style artillery wheels on it with the wide white walls and the small Chevy hubcaps. $1955 Crown Victoria right here. And he's got a whole album of build pictures right there. My favorite feature on these cars was that chrome strip across the roof.
You ain't a Ford man. You ain't a Ford man.
I spotted this as I was parking right here, and I'm gonna have to make a beeline right over here to check this out. This is an Olds 442 convertible. I'm normally not a fan of white, but I really like that white with the blue interior.
That one was like 7 foot long and like
Nicely restored car, but it's got some billet aluminum wheels that simulates the original, you know, styled steel rallies that they put on these cars.
Really? Check out.
Looks like new versus old Corvette right over here on the other side of the street. I guess I'd have to take the old Stingray over the new one any day.
I mean, just for note, you may not even want to do it. But,
love the back windows on these cars. This one is not the split window, but they had one model that was the split window, where the I think that was 63, if I'm not mistaken. If I am, correct me in the comments, but that is my favorite body style of Corvette. And I spy something else that I'm gonna have to make my way to over here. that I have never seen here before. Lots of muscle cars here this month, looks like, as well as Tri-5 Chevys. There's some four-wheel drives here. There's a Jurassic Park themed Jeep even. But the thing I wanted to look at is this little Model A pickup. Kind of a powder blue looking. It's got a 32 Ford grill shell on it, and it looks like guide style 682C headlights on there. Got the little added marker lights on top. Ooh, look at that under the hood. And this is a 1931, late 31, what they would call a wide bed. If you notice right here, the bed 1 year only, 1931, and that was in late 31. They had that arched front of the bed right there. And it was wider than the earlier Model A beds. And it's the same dimension as far as width goes as the 1932, 33, 34 Ford pickups. So they only made that for about a half a year. This was also the year that they built the tin top Model A's. Before 1931, they had a roof insert right up here on top that was leather. And in late 31, they come out with a steel top. And this one has been extended a few inches right here, right behind the door, and it has been shaved of all the rain gutters and stuff. Very smooth look. Also another very custom feature is the doors have been flushed right there. Another thing that is not stock for Model A's is that vent window. So there's a whole lot of really custom details on this truck, and it is absolutely a stunner. Nicely restored little Jeep. Never seen that one here before. A lot of really cool stuff here this week. This thing would be a lot of fun to ride around in. It's out right over here, 1916 Buick. 1916. Beautiful car, sir. Well, what kind of engine would this have in it? Oh, okay. Oh, I don't blame you for that. Beautiful car. So y'all be sure to tell me what is your favorite car that you see in the video today. Here's another Olds 442. Two-door hardtop this time. So, how many of y'all know what 442 stands for? A lot of people think that is the engine displacement. It is not. I know what it means. Do you know? Leave a comment down in the comment section below. Let me know what you think. Here's a truck. I just love this little pickup. It's a little rat rod. One of my favorite things on it, though, is that door art. Hello. Here's a little Austin Healey I've featured on the channel a time or two. Really cool little car. Well, thank you for your service. I appreciate that. How are you? Yeah. Well, here is another very unusual car. Never seen it here before. It's a Mercedes convertible, and I am totally ignorant of Mercedes, so I really don't know what year it is. But man, that thing has got a really cool look. The seats in Oscar, if you've watched the channel for very long, the seats in Oscar came out of a Mercedes, and they are very comfortable. My favorite thing about Oscar, probably. Really neat. This is a 220S. I'm not sure what year though. Here is a little Carmen Ghia. Gotta get over here and check this thing out. My favorite Volkswagen car. Anyway, my favorite Volkswagen is the pickups. And I love to have one of the Volkswagen single cabs. Love the fold down beds on those Volkswagen pickups. So this morning I got up super early and we drove down to Coker Tire for their warehouse sale, and that is where the tires on this little Roadster came from. These are dirt trackers on the back, 890 16s I think in the back, and they got the grooved dirt trackers up front here too. Really cool little Roadster. Hello, Mr. Calvin.
Ah, Mr. D.
How are you?
Doing great, buddy.
So it's so hot out here, y'all. I'm gonna have to have some of this ice cream. So what's your favorite flavor?
Butter pecan on a waffle cone.
Butter pecan.
I'm a fan of the caramel shipwreck.
Let's make it both in a sugar cone right there. 2 scoops. It's a 2 scoop day.
It is a 2 scoop day. Your change.
Thank you. Oh my, y'all.
Need some napkins?
Oh, I'm certain I'm going to. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yep.
Y'all have a good day. Man, I love this Chevy sedan right here. Everything about it, man. The color is just perfect on this car. And it is clean, clean, clean. Gorgeous interior. I love that satin paint on the dash. It's the same color looks like it's on the exterior, but it's kind of flattened and kind of a satin shade of the same color. Nice billet specialties wheels, lowered nicely. Man, I just love everything about this one. Really trick little detail on this one. Look at even the radiator hose on it. Just super clean. Sans the radiator hoses. They've just used some heat shrink radiator hoses on it just for a real sanitary look. What a great contrast for our hobby right here. This is a 1926 or 27 Model T Roadster. It's a fiberglass body. You know, it's aftermarket, but what a great contrast between hot rod and original. This is a 1926 or 27 touring car, essentially the same, except for from the back of the doors right here back, this one has an extra seat where the Roadsters had a turtleneck, as they called it. Man, there are a ton of cool rides here this weekend. But one of my favorites is this military issue Harley Davidson. And it is decked out with all of the military accessories. My favorite thing on it though is that rifle holder right there. Wonderful piece of history. And if it gets too hot here today, you can walk right in here to the military museum and give you a little peek around in here. Nice and cool in here today.
Welcome to our museum.
Thank you.
Sign our guest book before you leave, so we know you were here.
Sure.
We applied for grants. It looks good the more visitors we have.
Okay. So there's tons of cool things in here to look at. Lots of history in this area. And this goes all the way from Civil War through, you know, World War I, World War II. All the wars are represented here, as well as all the military branches. Right here is a piece of the Berlin Wall right here in Little Crossville, Tennessee. Well, that was a nice, cool respite from this hot weather today. Now I'm going to get out here and check out some cool rides. I see a really cool patina ride over here I want to go check out. Appears to be a 1936 Ford pickup. I've always loved this body style. Looks like a Survivor. It's got the original paint on it, looks like, or what's left of it. I like those green spoke wheels he's got on there. This is a very interesting little tidbit right here. Looks like some old farmer has patched that up, and it looks like it was welded up with probably a coat hanger and an oxyacetylene torch. It was pretty typical for the era. Cool little ride. One of my favorites here today is this GTO. I've looked at it several times and I've always drawn to this car. Absolutely beautiful. That paint really, really pops in this sunlight. That little building right there, I've shown it to you before on the channel when I'm covering this cruise in. It's all built out of crab orchard stone, and it was built to highlight the stone industry here in Cumberland County. And for a period of time it was the Highway Patrol headquarters here in the county. It even has stone shingles up there on the roof. Here is another wonderful old building that we have in downtown Crossville. This is the Mayberry's Furniture Store, and they've been serving the community since 1946. Sitting right in front of Mayberry's is a beautiful Cheyenne C10 pickup. Right here is a 65, I believe this is, Mustang Fastback. My favorite Mustang body style ever. And it is sporting a 289 under the hood. And here is another wonderful contrast. This is a Model T two-door sedan. This would be a 1926 or a 1927. Beautifully restored. And up here we have a 1926 or 27 Model T Coupe, but this is a hot rodded version, sporting a small block Chevy engine up there for power. And let me tell you, these things are tiny inside. This one has the original crank right here, where you can crank it up manually. Always fascinated me that the coil box on these were made out of wood. Probably one of the nicest restored Model Ts I've seen. And like I said earlier, a lot of these buildings have a stone facade on the outside, as well as some brick. As you can see right over here at the Highland Federal building right here, it's all done out of crab orchard stone. It's warm here today, but the humidity has dropped quite a bit, so it makes it a whole lot more bearable. And pretty good turnout for as warm as it is. And right over here is the gem of downtown Crossville, as you've heard me refer to it as before in past videos. I'm wondering if it's open today. We might go in there and take a look around. This is the Palace Theater, and that marquee is very representative of an Art Deco era, and at night it is absolutely beautiful, lit up in neon, and it is on the Registry of Historic Theaters. See if we can take a peek around inside here. Can we look around? Nice and cool in here. And I am old enough to remember seeing movies here. Now it's been restored, and they use this theater for all kinds of entertainment. They do still show movies. They'll be showing Jaws tonight. But they have a lot of music groups in here. I just love this little theater. This was almost on the verge of ruin. They were just getting ready to tear it down, and they ended up saving it and getting some grant money, and they raised funds to kind of restore it. Over here in the hallway, there's lots of photos of it being restored, and there's some of the groups that have played here. Right over here you can see just how bad it was. It had no roof at all on it. And it's amazing to me that they were able to restore it. But I am so proud that they did. There's a great photo of the marquee after it got reinstalled after restoration. Here's a photo of the managers of the theater. There's the original contractor in 1938. And there is the original owner. Well, that was another nice, cool stop. Back to the cars now. Thanks for letting us look around.
Take Blake. Take one. Thank you. Hey, swap back.
One of my favorites here today is this T-Bird. Man, I'd love to ride this thing around on a old country road. Probably my favorite vehicle here today. And I definitely love the license plate. This Corvette is absolutely perfect. This little 32 Ford Coupe, this is a 5-window, very reminiscent of the Milner Coupe from American Graffiti, but a more kind of modernized look. But it's very cool, and I always enjoy looking at this car. Just a basic, clean, simple hot rod. Just the way I like them. So I was talking to the owner of this little Model T 2-door sedan, and I found out that it has been one family owned for the last 80 years.
In about 10 minutes, we're going to be doing the drawings for the door prizes. So in about 10 minutes or so, make sure you come up to see if your name's on the board and see if you want it.
And he also told me that his grandfather used to haul coal in the back of that car. What awesome stories these cars could tell if they could only talk. I remember my neighbor across the street used to have one of these Jaguars, and I was so fascinated with that car because you just didn't see any others like it around this little small town. And this is a 1970. Also happens to be the year I was born, so that was a very good year indeed for Jaguars. Also, I'm old enough to remember that my aunt had one of these little 280Zs. It was the exact same color as this one right here. And also very fascinated with it. This one's nicely restored. It's such a unique design on these cars with that fastback. This is a hatchback on this, so this whole rear window lifts up. Love those little Z cars. What a gorgeous split bumper Camaro. This is my favorite body style Camaro, tied with the Indianapolis Pacer car. The convertible white, I think that was 69, with the houndstooth interior. They did a very limited run of those, but this is tied for my favorite body style in the Camaros, that they did the split bumper. And then the DOT made them actually stop with that design. So the following year they had a solid bumper on the front. Hey y'all, thanks for coming along and checking out my little hometown and this great little cruise in. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up, like and subscribe. And until next time, y'all get out there and build something.